Hey guys, it's Spaces Sins, and we are back with more My Next Life as a Villainess, continuing Keith's route. Now back in the room with all of our friends, and formulating a plan of escape. So, our room is close to the library, so if I remember correctly, I think the gallery lounge was around here. So that means this part is... Nicole and Sophia, can you two gather information with your wind magic? Oh, sure. I was going to read that as Sophia. Leave it to us. My friends are brilliant. It's no surprise that many of them were members of the student council at the academy. Is there anything I can do to help? I could help if I knew more about the fan disc, but I don't have enough information. I only saw the magazine for the fan disc briefly in my dream, but perhaps there are other secret romanceable characters. I don't know. Trying to think of who could be a secret romanceable character, I recall the party on the first day. There was Ryle. Wait, no, he's married. Couldn't be him. I mean, you're gonna bang your brother, so, why not? I think Set's a bit too old to be a secret romanceable character. Maybe Frederick? I mean, I'm just saying. We've dated bigger assholes. Especially ones that are demons, evil. Ugh, women are horrible. We have dated bigger women-hating douchebags, or have met bigger women-hating douchebag trash that we're can we bone them though? So I'm just saying, they put Frederick in here as if we were gonna go, oh, what an ass. Glad we can't romance him, instead of being he's such a douche. Why the hell can't we bone him? Come on. The hell? Come on. I'm just saying. Although, to be fair, I like Rozzy and Silva, so, good choices. Sometimes you're I'd much rather have Frederick than, one of the... I'd actually switch Frederick out for Nickel at this point, because, he's just, cardboard. He's just there! Go down his route, maybe it'll be different, but I'm Who else was there? Oh, no. I can think about is the food. Oh, the fresh bread sounds so good right now. I can't believe she's not thinking about Rozzy. Once I recall the food, I can't think of anything else. The memory of the taste spreads in my mouth. Oh, I wish I could have them again. Oh yeah, the spiced meat and salad too. The mousse and cakes for dessert. They were just exquisite. Oh, I really want to eat now. Sister, why are you talking about food in this situation? Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, you were. It's almost dinner time, so just wait a little longer, okay? Almost dinner? I'm so excited! What kind of cuisine will they bring for us today? Literally, though, right now, I had a late lunch, but it was still very light. I cooked, all the rest of my potatoes, because they were, they're getting a little, sad looking. So I'm okay, so you just cut off the sad looking parts and, whatever. And, obviously when you cook them, they weigh less. You know what I mean? So I was oh, that's a good amount. I'll have, 6 ounces for each. And I had, 4 ounces of potatoes, and there was, basically no potatoes in, the stuff that I made. And I was but I wanted to spread it out over 4 meals, because, I had, 2 different, chicken packet things to, and I was I don't have any other vegetables or anything right now, because I haven't done grocery shopping, and I've been eating nothing but salads, which is good. Don't get me wrong. They're delicious. The Taylor Farm salads, the pre-made ones, are fucking delicious. Throw some, chicken nuggets or some chicken or some other kind of protein on them. Eat it with, a, high-fiber wrap. Fucking phenomenal! But there's so much fucking sodium because of the salad dressing. So I'm okay, I guess we need to pace our salad intake. Alright, that's all I've literally been eating for, 3 fucking weeks. Constantly, just for lunch. Forgetting that my potatoes, when I got them, were already looking a little sad. So they've been in there for a while. So I'm alright, let's just cook them all up. Pop them in the air fryer. And we'll split them between 4 meals. Yeah, no. We had basically nothing. So I ended up, that was my I made this for dinner last night. So I had my leftovers for lunch. Because I was I don't have anything for lunch right now. Because I finished all my salads. And again, haven't got groceries. And I'm that wasn't really that filling. Even though potatoes are supposed to be the most satiating food on the planet. Keep you fuller longer. But not when you only have 4 ounces. It's 3 potatoes. 3 little bites. It's nothing. So you're like, if I ate like a normal amount, I'm sure, but like this, I'm like, no. And I'm like, it's been a couple hours. It's actually only been 2 hours. And I'm like, I feel a little grumbly. Like, I'm like, I could eat. You know, I'm not starving, but I'm like at that point. So she's like, dinner's almost soon. I'm like, that's how I feel right now. I just identify with her in this moment. Like, it's almost dinner time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Don't know what we're going to have for dinner. Anyway, that's what I hate, though. If I don't have, like, at least something planned out, then I just pace around my house for a while. Like, opening cabinets and opening this, and then I never, and then I just can't figure out what the fuck to eat. Like, I have to have a plan. I have to have it mapped out. Even if it's not, like, meal prepped, it's just, this is the plan in my head. This is what we're going to have. And, like, I'm not going to open my other chicken thing with the potatoes, because I'm like, I know that's not going to be, like, I'll do that. Like, I don't want to have that for lunch and for dinner. Like, lunch was obviously Korean barbecue chicken, and then, like, I have, like, a lemongrass chicken, but, like, I don't want to have one for lunch and then one for, you know, it's the same thing, so it's like, So, like, fuck. So, like, the back of my mind is formulating in my head, like, what are we gonna have for dinner? And then she's mentioning dinner and talking about food, so I feel like Katarina right now, to be fair. Anyway, I'm so excited. What kind of cuisine will they bring us for today? Or bring for us today, sorry. My eyes are sparkling. Keith looks fed up with me. Sister, this is my last reminder, but... calm down, Keith. We should thank Katarina for being herself in this situation. She helps keep us sane. You know what? Right now, Keith, I like Jordo better. Because he enables my eating and at least finds it charming. And doesn't care if he has to roll me down the hallway later. Just saying. Whatever. Although, to be fair, I do prefer Keith being like, did you not want to fucking be able to wear your pants? No, I want to wear my pants. Okay. Put the cookie down. Like, because I need that. I need a Keith in the back of my head like, did you want to be able to button your pants, fat girl? Yeah? Then don't eat that cookie! The fuck? Okay. That's why I just don't have cookies in my house. That's not true. I have boxes of cookie mix and I keep thinking about them, but I know damn well, like, you can't just make a box of peanut butter cookies. You can't just make them and be like, okay, I'll eat them. No, you're just going to eat them all. Although if you make the dough and then freeze it. But then I, like, forget that it's there. You know. Or you're like, I'll make just like 12. I'll just make a dozen cookies. It'll be fine. And you know you're going to eat them all. Like Katarina, I have no filter for cookies. I could be like, yeah, okay, I ate like a normal meal. No, I'm full. Cookies is like, I know I literally just ate like 14 dozen cookies, but like, and I think I want to vomit, but they're so good, I'm just going to keep doing it. Same thing with peanut butter. Like, I can't sit there like, I'm just going to eat a couple spoonfuls out of the jar. I will just eat that whole jar of peanut butter and I'm going to feel like shit later, but I'm going to eat it. It's going to be like, I'm so full and why did I do it? But I'm going to keep doing it because it's so fucking good. But listen, there's just some things that you were like, no matter how full you get, there's always room for more. And you will eat yourself sick. You know, I really am Katarina in some respects. Okay, never mind. But I definitely need Keith reminding me to, like, put the fork down. Put the spoon down! Do not eat that 2-pound jar of peanut butter, girl. Valid. To be fair, my bird eats a lot of it, too, because he's a pig. Loves peanut butter. Yes, you're right. His sister should just be herself, as always. Alright, Keith, I like you a little better. But also remind me, put the cookie down when I can't fit in my dress. Keith nods with a wry smile. All things considered, I'm relieved to see him looking more relaxed as opposed to earlier in the medical office. He's just stressed because he's got to be my brother and he doesn't want to be my brother. He wants to be my lover. And then my lover comes up and it's like, or the man who's my fiance and wants to be my lover is like, she should just let her eat, Keith. And he's like, I want to. God knows. And I just want to feed her those goddamn cookies. But I've got to be your brother. Ugh. And also, she's going to complain to me when she can't fit her fucking dress on. So, he's not wrong. I do rely on Keith to, you know, be my compass on when to stop eating. Because I clearly don't have that filter. Phew! I'm so full. I'm not. I'm still hungry. After a fabulous dinner, I happily plop onto my bed. I hope the others are doing okay. Actually, as we ate dinner, the girls shared their meals with me. Maybe they didn't have an appetite. Also, I'm probably extra hungry from walking. Because, even though I did have breakfast today, I didn't yesterday. Meanwhile, the boys were discussing our plan with serious looks on their faces. The whole atmosphere was tense. When in the world will happen to us? I must do something for them. When I turn over in bed to think, I notice a pleasant smell coming from the sachet near my pillow. What a nice, calming smell. Ryle and Set must have been so disappointed after the pirate attack. After all, they spent so much effort building this magnificent ship. Oh my god, okay. Is that what it is? Is it the sachets in the rooms? Making people sick? Because I forgot about them. And I don't think it was Set and Ryle purposely poisoning people with sachets. But did they say something when we were like, oh, with the sachet in my room, it's like there's different scents, and didn't they purposely put certain ones in certain rooms? It wasn't like, oh, there's just random, and oh, you hate vanilla? Well, it just happened that you randomly got vanilla. It's like, oh, vanilla's your favorite scent, so we knew that. You know what I mean? I thought they cultivated and picked the ones to go in certain rooms. So there could be certain scents that if they know, oh, yeah, Quidian people love this kind of scent, just like the tea. You know what I mean? There's certain herbs in the tea that she's like, oh, it's really good. And other people are like, oh, this tastes horrible. Right? It'd be like some people like cilantro and other people think it tastes like soap. I don't think it tastes like soap. I just don't like it, though. If it's mixed in, but I can definitely, when you get, it's sprinkled in something and you take a bite, you're like, I can taste that. It's not very pleasant. I don't love it. If it's in a salsa or something, you can always, if it's not finely diced, or blended in, if it's a thicker leaf of it, you go to, you're like, yeah, nope, that tastes weird. Tastes funky. So I clearly have, my mom definitely has the cilantro tastes like soap gene. I never used to think I minded it, but I guess when it's again, finely ground in something you don't notice. But I had a salad the other day that I got that I didn't realize until I was eating. I'm like, why does this taste weird? And I was like, oh, this is cilantro. That's why it tastes fucking weird. Because, there were thicker pieces. So it's you gotta, So it's just, I don't love it. But, if there's certain, Quidian herbs or whatever, that they may have been oh, yeah, well, the people of Sorcier aren't used to these. So we'll put those in, the Quidian people's rooms because we know that they're popular with them. And we have other ones that we put in the Sorcier nobles' rooms. And then the pirates are putting everybody in just random rooms. So that's why people could be getting sick because of the sachets. You know what I mean? It could be a smell or something. Or it was purposely done that way. Oh, we have these sachets in these rooms. And then the pirates were directed to rearrange people and put them in rooms and put these people in these rooms. I don't think they would have been specifically told to do that. That would have been a lot of coordination. But I'm wondering if it's the sachets making people sick, accidentally. Oh, they're not used to this smell, so that's why they're getting sick, because you're putting them in rooms with this, and Ryle took a lot of time to think about who got what. You know what I mean? And what to put where. And, the pirates just kind of all fucked that up by shoving people in random rooms. That's kind of fucking interesting. Huh. We don't know why the fuck the pirates are doing anything, or what we're doing, or how it's going, but they thought of that little I'm sure, overarching, there's, a whole reasoning behind it. We just never find out what it is. So right now, it's like Swiss cheese, the plot right now. But that little detail's well, that's definitely really well thought out if that's the way it's going. Interesting. Huh. Anyway. I haven't heard from them in a while. I wonder how they're doing. I never saw them in the medical office, and no one's mentioned their names, so I have no clue. That's a lie. Ryle you saw in the medical office the first day you got there before the pirates. Well, I guess she meant since the pirate attack. Wishing for everyone's safety, I enjoy the pleasant smell of the sachet as I drift off to sleep. Ah! It's Atsu! Finally! In my dream, Atsu's carrying a plastic bag. She pulls out a magazine. That's the magazine we used to read together in my previous life. Okay, so Atsu is someone we knew in our previous life. So, I couldn't remember. I mean, I think that was obvious a couple parts ago. But, like, so it's weird because we're living our current life in the Otome game world and Atsu's just carrying. So we're, like, actually seeing a parallel time. Like, but also a parallel world because it's not like we were reborn. So has it been 8 years since we died? Because it doesn't seem like that. Because we were obviously a teenager when we died, I think, right? So then 8 years old, she woke up in Katarina's brain and was like, oh fuck, I'm Katarina now. So Atsu would be like in her mid-20s by now if it is 8 years. So that's a little weird. So then this would just be like, can't really be, oh my god, we're actually in Atsu's head, because how are we in her mind in the past when we're current? Because it's not like, the way they made it seem was like we were like, oh fuck, I just remembered my past life, not I popped into Katarina's body and took over her personality. I'm here now and the real Katarina's gone. It was, we were always Katarina. Like, we died, we're reborn in this Otome world as Katarina, but it took till we got bonked in the head to remember who the fuck we were. But the fact that now we're seeing Atsu, who's our friend, who might only be a year or so older, she doesn't seem really upset that we're dead. What the fuck? She'd never talk about how she misses us, but obviously, like, you know, then they'd have to give her your real original character a name, you know what I mean? But, like, even if she, like, 8 years hasn't passed for her, but 8 years has for us. Because we didn't just poof in and like, I just woke up in Katarina's body, and the original Katarina, we just usurped her personality, and now the original person that was there is gone. We were always her. We just now remember our past life so we can change who we are. And change her personality. You know what I mean? But, like, I mean, technically, the original Katarina, the 8 years of Katarina, no longer exists, but again, it's not like we just magically popped in, like we died yesterday and today we became Katarina. It's no, we died, 8 years later we remembered. So, it hasn't been 8 years here, so that's, am I not supposed to, like, try to do that math? Was I not supposed to, like, go, that's weird? Or is this supposed to be more like Katarina is, like, inferring things and putting things together, and this is not her actually seeing current events in Atsu's actual mind? You know what I mean? Because, like, or we're not supposed to think that logically. Am I trying to logic a game that doesn't have any? I hate it when that happens. But, like, there's so many games that you have to think about logical stuff, and even though it's like, don't try to logic because it makes no sense, I still try to do it. I can't help it. I want everything to make logical sense. Even though sometimes you're like, there's no logic here, and you get, like, most of the time I want some kind of semblance of logic, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, maybe we'll figure it out, or we're just supposed to be like, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, whatever, question mark, who knows? And just go with it. Anyway, that's the magazine, but, like, look, it's old boyfriend and new boyfriend. I mean, it's current fiance and sexy brother we want to bang. I noticed that Jordan and Keith are on the cover. Perhaps Fortune Lovers featured in the magazine. I had to buy this because I heard there's a new illustration for Fortune Lover. I wonder what the article's about. Atsu flips through the pages of the magazine. Oh, that Otome game looks so good! I want to play it. Wait, don't skip that page! Literally all of us, every time we see the cover art for any fucking new Otome game, and we're like, I want to play it. Are you going to localize it? I don't even know what game it is, but it looks pretty. Can we has that? Since I'm currently in Atsu's body, I can't move as I want to. Like, damn it, Atsu, stare at the other Otome games for me. Aww, I wanted to read that. Wait, that's not important right now. Please give me information about the fan disc for Fortune Lover. As I pray for it desperately, Atsu finally opens the page that says Fortune Lover Blue Tail. Found it! Oh, there's Silva and the pirates. But, like, you know, I feel like this is the exact same page in the other magazine, so, like, whatever. like I expected them to draw new illustrations. On the page, I can see a picture of Silva with a more evil face than usual. There are some illustrations of supporting characters next to him. Oh wow, isn't this important? I'm able to see this information now, so I should look carefully and remember. These guys with the forgettable faces are the vice captain, the navigator, and the cannoneer. Makes sense. I mean, they gave us like the little blonde dude, and they gave us 3 of the pirates. So they do have sprites, I guess. Wait, they're called the Sangrid Pirates? Huh. Is that their name? I thought they had a different name, but... I have to check if there are other secret romanceable characters. But there are no other characters featured except for Silva and the original 4. The original 4 that were large enough to be romanceable. I don't see Frederick or Rozzy. So are they not romanceable characters? Rozzy absolutely is! But I like that she's mentioning Rozzy now, because she never, when she was trying to think, she thought of Frederick and then she thought of food and she completely forgot Rozzy, but now she's back and she remembers him. The Vinculum was attacked by pirates on the 2nd day of their voyage. Oh, that's exactly what happened! Will they be able to survive this attack with the power of love? Wait, is this like a survival game? That's weird. Usually the fan disc features a sweet story of the newborn couple. Isn't this too unsettling for a fan disc? Why did they do this? Are they that sadistic? Just guys, put a pin in this and remember this for when we play the Verce Evermore fan disc. This is a little too unsettling. Why did they do this? Are they that sadistic? Why? Why did we play it? Why did we buy it? Why did we play it? Why do we do this to ourselves? Why? You know what I'm saying? Again, it's not like 7th Scarlet where I didn't know what I was in for and that game bitch slapped me in the face and I was like, that's really mean. I didn't ask for you to do that. I wanted a happy game and you slapped me. That's rude. I knew what I was expecting in Verce, which is probably why I'm not as devastated about some of it. You're like, this is depressing and sad. But I'm just saying, we know what we're in for, and I don't think the fan disc is going to be, like, happy and fluffy. So, like, but this is exactly this right here. This is, every time we get a really dramatic, depressing game, 9-RIP is being localized, and this is exactly what's going to happen. Like, actually, though, I've heard that one, from what I understand, even if it's, like, it's not really horror, it's actually very romantic. For, like, kind of like a darker plot line. I don't know. I don't think it's as dark and twisted as, like, Verce was. But, like, we played these games and we're like, why? This is not nice. Why are you so mean? Can we get the fan disc? Yeah, okay, cool. What do you mean you have another one? No, but also give it to me, please. Like, what is wrong? Oh, God. Atsu puts the magazine down and turns on her game console. The opening starts and a logo that says Fortune Lover Bluetail appears on the screen. Atsu moves onto the menu screen and loads the game. She has so many saved files. This is valuable information. Please, Atsu, tell me what you know. Especially Katarina's bad end. See, all I'm saying is, I record these and I do this for any of you that might, you know, something horrible might happen to if you find yourself in the body of an Otome heroine or a villainess in an Otome game, so that then when you're possessing my mind, you know what's going on. Please don't do that, though. Also, please don't expire. That would be terrible. Okay? That would make me sad. Alright? Like, but also, if you do, please don't possess me. That's weird. Don't be popping in my brain like that. That's just, there are lines, and that is one of, don't cross that line. That's creepy and weird. Don't do that, okay? Jesus. Like showing up at someone's house uninvited. Like, what's up? Don't do that. Don't do that. I have anxiety about that shit. Don't do that. I don't want you in the back of my mind when I don't know you're there. You're just haunting me. It's creepy. Do it. Don't be Katarina. Katarina, seriously, we need to talk about boundaries. You know what? You can possess the body of somebody else who is a fan of the channel and is watching my playthrough. That's what you can do. Go haunt somebody else, not me, okay? You can pop in and haunt YouTube for all I care. It's fine. Just don't pop into my brain, because that's weird. Again, boundaries, okay? I'm setting up the boundaries with you. You can haunt your friends. Your bestie, you can haunt each other, okay? Just not me, all right? but that's why I'm playing this for you. So you can watch a playthrough and you'll be like, I don't have to play the game. Cool. I'm haunting somebody else who's watching Spacey, and now I know what's going on because she's talking through it. I got you. So what I'm... That's... It's like so dark and depressing. Anyway, let's talk more about cookies and shit. I beg her to show me, but of course Atsu can't hear me. She opens her newest save data and starts her game. Some sprites of evil-looking pirates and Maria appear on screen. I do like it when we get to play Fortune Lover and... Like, okay, see, this got Morgan game. But that guy doesn't exist. Why doesn't he exist? I like how they made different pirates for the Fortune Lover Bluetail game than they made for the actual real version. Like, Silva's got a different look, but he's still Silva, but his other henchmen are different. Because I don't think this is the other guy. I remember the guy with brown hair. He's got a rounder face, and then there's the little blonde dude, and then there's another guy, but I don't think it's this guy. Obviously, he has a different outfit, but I don't think it's the same face. No, I can't remember what he looks like. I knew there was a third guy, but... anyway. You're actually quite hot, girl. Whoa. No, let me go. Yeah, wait, that guy doesn't exist. Like, what the ball? No, these definitely don't exist. Shh, stop moving, you brat. There is no Akeem, there's no Morgan. There's just hench pirate A and B. This Morgan person is the vice captain. I saw it in the magazine. I think Akeem was the cannoneer. He looks like he's a cannon himself. He is a tank, so not surprised. I must remember their names and faces. The Maria in the game's in great danger. The two vulgar men are cornering her with evil-looking grins. Do the production staff really have to make them look like stereotypical villains just because they're the antagonists? I love how she's like, God, seriously, come on. She's like all on the side of the villains. They've destroyed any opportunity for the antagonists to mend their ways. Well, it's true that my evil face has saved me quite a few times, though. Suddenly, a woman wearing a hood appears at the edge of the screen. Come on, girl, you've been here before, you know who it is. Oh, how entertaining! Now finish the job, my dear pirates! The villainous Katarina Clays! Ha! Who are you to give orders? You know I'm Captain Silva of the Sangred Pirates, right? See, so we should be like Weiss Pirates. It's different. What? Are they allies? Is Katarina a pirate now? I want to be a pirate. Katarina sure works hard. Well, the story itself is based on Katarina's rejected Dooman, so I guess it makes sense. Forgot about that! Perhaps that's the reason why the story is so unsettling to me. All I wanted is a heartwarming story of their life in the academy. Is that too much to ask for? Generally. I feel like Silva looks so different in the game. He looks so cold here. Yeah, but his coat is fabulous. And the name of the pirate crew still feels off. What was it? Well, this wasn't the best time for me to wake up. I wake up just as Atsu had started the game. So disappointed, but at least I got to see the faces of Silva's minions. But their name isn't the Sangred Pirates. What was it again? As I mumble to myself, Sophia, who's getting ready on the bed next to mine, blinks suspiciously. Are you talking about the pirates that took over the ship? They're the Weiss Pirates. Oh, right. Something like that. Huh. If that's the case, why are their names different? Does that mean my dream was wrong? As I groan in confusion, Maria and Mary stand over me, peering into my face with concern. Of course they would. Lady Katarina, is something wrong? Are you not feeling well? Oh, no, don't worry. I'm fine. I just had a weird dream. Good morning, all of you. I get up from my bed and stretch my arms. Yep, I had a good night's rest. See, the thing is, if you want to talk about your dream, you just be like, I just had a dream that I was evil and I was on the side of the pirates, but they were called the Sangred Pirates? Weird. I don't know, that's bizarre. And then people are like, oh, you would never be on the side of pirates. You're too sweet. And you know what I mean? Like, There's nothing weird about saying that, you know what I mean? Now, I had a dream that I was in the brain of a friend of mine from my past life, and she was playing an Otome game, which this world that we live in is basically based off of, and the evil villainess Katarina, which is me, by the way, was there, and Maria was being attacked by pirates, but I wanted them to kill her because fuck Maria and all, because she was stealing all my boyfriends, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that would lose them real quick. So you just gotta be like, I had a dream that I was on the side of the pirates, but they were called the Sangrid Pirates? Weird. You know? So, you just kind of just explain the game a little to them, you know? So, whatever. I must continue to work hard today so we can all find a way to escape. First, I should take note of the dream I had. I write down Sangrid Pirates, Morgan, Vice Captain, Akeem, Cannoneer, and Unknown Navigator on a memo pad. Unknown Navigator! I'm just saying he didn't show up, and if they're using different sprites for the pirates, you think that's Rozzy in the game? That'd be interesting. Done! As I tear off the paper, the door opens, making way for the great smell of freshly baked bread. Oh, it's time for breakfast! My stomach rumbles. Mine's a little too. Yep, I'm healthy as always. I'm pretty sure if she were near death, she'd still be hungry all the time. I hurry out of bed to get dressed. Then after shoving my notebook in my pocket, I sit down at the table with my friends. Thanks for the food! It's best to eat freshly baked bread as soon as possible. I mean, it's nice and warm and soft. Oh, yeah. As I start to dig in, I notice that Keith is missing. But where's Keith? He said he'd stay behind because he doesn't have an appetite. Yep. Be careful or you'll choke on bread. Right after he says that, the chewed up croissant sticks to my throat. Lady Katerina, please have some water. I drink the water Mary brought for me and catch my breath. Thank you, Mary. Phew, that was close. I was afraid I reached the doom end where I get killed by a croissant. Nothing is lamer than being killed by a croissant. I'm sure we could find something. But it's up there. But that's unimportant right now. What happened to Keith? Is he sick again? Something about the sachet, we're going to find out. I rush to finish my breakfast and excuse myself. Then I run back to the guest room to find Keith. Keith, are you alright? Are you sick? Sister. As I rush into the room, Keith weakly opens his eyes to look at me. Oh, it's nothing. I just feel a little heavy, that's all. Keith tries to get up, but he staggers. He's probably dizzy. Keith, seriously, are you alright? Don't push yourself. You can stay in bed. I catch Keith in my arms, holding him steady. He looks at me with apologetic eyes. Thanks, sister. So dizzy. Maybe I got seasick again. Keith speaks in a feeble voice. He looks pale. So worried. You looked fine when we were in the medical office. You took your medicine last night, didn't you? Did. Actually, I never skipped taking it. Perhaps it's no longer effective. This is bad. I can't believe the medicine doesn't work anymore. I have to take him back to the doctor. All right, Keith, let's go to the medical office together, right now. Huh? Oh, no, it's fine. We don't have to do that. But you look so pale. I can't just leave you like this. But... Oh, wait, that's not a bad idea. We need to gather information about the ship for our escape, and we can do that on our way to the office. Oh, right. Then I'll go alone. Oh, no, you don't. I'm coming with you. No, Katerina, it's too dangerous. You should stay here. Since I'm leading our escape plan, I'll go with him. Your hands off my brother, you pervert. Oh, wait, you're not in love with him. All the women are in love with me. You should be saying that to them. Never mind, you're fine. Wait, I'll go. Jordo, you're a prince, so you shouldn't expose yourself to danger. He ain't wrong. No, please let me go. I'm Keith's family, after all, and I already know where the medical office is. No! I don't want you to leave this room, Lady Katerina. It's too dangerous, so I'll go instead. Thank you, but I'll be fine, Mary. Rather, I'm more worried about you. You didn't seem to eat much this morning. Lady Katerina! Hey! What's all this fuss about? Much to our surprise, Silva enters the room. Jordo and Alan's expressions become stiff. I love how everybody just I mean, obviously, like, Silva's a pirate, so of course they're going to be wary of him. But you know underlying it's more like, and they're all looking at him like, another fucking person who's totally in love with the woman we're all trying to woo. God. And Silva's like, why does everybody glare at me all the time? All I did was kidnap everybody. Jesus. I love it. Oh, Silva, here's the thing. Keith is sick again. Do you think you could take him to the medical office? Okay. But didn't he... No, never mind. He does look sick. All right, I'll take him. Can you walk by yourself? I guess not. And please take me with you. No, I'll go with you. No, I'll... Sorry, I'm not taking any dudes with me. I feel like you're up to something. I don't want you to start another riot, you know? Like, I'm not taking any of you assholes. I know. Silva ain't stupid. I'll go with you. No, I will. Gender doesn't matter. I'm not taking any magic users with me. The Keith still needs help. Maybe it's fine if it's Katerina. Huh? So I'm allowed? You're like, I have magic. He's like, yeah, really, what can you do? I can make a tiny little bumper. All right, fine. All right. I'm glad that I get to stay with Keith. But that stings a little. Perhaps Sylvan knows that out of everyone here, I have the least talent in magic. He's like, stupid not being able to use magic. Or maybe he thinks that, unlike the other girls, I have the muscular build to carry Keith. Well, he's not wrong. I plow my farm every day. That sounds inappropriate, depending on how you want to read it. I think I'm stronger and more capable than most girls. With Sylva's permission, I bend over so Keith can lean on me easily. Here, Keith, hold on to me. Thanks, sister. Sorry. Keith shakily puts his hand on my shoulder. His seasickness might be worse than I thought. No, it's the sachets, man. Is it food poisoning? Oh, but I'm totally fine, and I ate a lot, so that's probably not it. Regardless, he must go see the doctor as soon as possible. Led by Silva, Keith and I head to the medical office once more. You knew it was going to be us that went, because it's Keith's route, so of course we gotta go with him. Oh my, I'm back again, Lord Keith. Did you get sick again, too? Unfortunately, yes. Sorry to bother you so many times. Please don't be. Alright, have a seat and I'll be right with you. Okay. As Keith's getting checked by the doctor, Silva stares ahead, deep in thought. Sick again, too, huh? Ha! Who are you to give orders? You know I'm Captain Silva of the Sangred Pirates, right? The real Silva's so different from his game counterpart. Even the name of the pirate crew was different in my dream last night. What can it mean? Alright, your brother's safe here. Now go back to your room. One of my henchmen will escort you. I'll call him. Wait there. No, I'm staying here. I'm still worried about him. Aren't you aware that we're running out of beds? Not only that, but your friends will riot if you don't return. Go back. Now. Silva's just about to head out of the medical office when I frantically try to stop him. Do you know about the Sangrid pirates? What? The color drains from his face. He stares at me blankly. I can tell that he definitely recognizes the name Sangrid pirates. But who are they? Does that happen to be another name for the Weiss pirates? You know, like how people call you the Demon of the Fog? Like hell it is! Don't lump us with those scumbags! They're nothing like us! We have standards. Huh. So he knows the Sangrid pirates, but they aren't part of the Weiss pirates? What's going on? How does an ignorant princess like you know that name in the first place? I think I overheard someone talking about them, and I didn't know the name, so I try to fake it because it's not like I can tell Silva about my dream. But after hearing my lies, Silva's face becomes grim. Are people mistaking us for them? Man, what a nuisance. Well, I'll be leaving now. And stay here until your escort comes to pick you up. Silva reminds me before taking his leave. Isn't he awfully busy today? Perhaps the pirates are troubled by the situation with all the injured people. I'm curious, but right now Keith is my top priority. That's interesting, though. Huh. The doctor prepares the same herbal tea from before. Keith and I each take a cup. Ah, this herbal tea sure is amazing. I couldn't agree more. I think I'm already feeling a little better. We sat on the hospital bed together, quietly sipping our tea. Then the curtain in front of us suddenly opens. Hi, Katerina. Rosie, how are you feeling? Much better now. What brings you back here? Oh no. Did you get sick again too, Lord Keith? Too? Is this happening to other people too? Come to think of it, the doctor said the same thing earlier. Yes, unfortunately. I was completely fine, but I suddenly felt ill after I returned to my room, so Silva and Sister brought me back here. What do you mean, Rosie? Are there other people getting sick again like Keith? Rosie nods, looking slightly troubled. You do know the number of sick patients has skyrocketed over the past few days, right? Yeah, so many people got sick from mental exhaustion, right? Do you really think that's the case? What? Most patients with mental exhaustion felt better after a few days. Of course, it varies depending on the individual, but... And the truth is, those patients ended up back in the office after returning to their rooms. And they all took their medicine properly, too. And that's what happened to Lord Keith, too, right? Right, but why did they all feel sick in their rooms, even though they felt fine in the office? Hold. Sorry to sneeze. Now that I think about it, I remember that the madam who was sleeping on the bed next to Keith was brought back here, too. Hey, Rosie, did you mean just this office? Is the situation different in the other medical offices? Wait, there's more medical offices? Sister, I told you about the other beds recently. We even talked about it yesterday. You weren't listening, were you? Oh, during that discussion, huh? I recall myself getting distracted by food during the discussion in question. Well, I was thinking about something else at that time, so... Thinking about food, right? Well, as I said before, there are more medical offices on this ship, though most of the beds are occupied, or so I hear. But according to Rosie, the patients in this office were the only ones that recovered at all, although it looks like they're sick again. Amazing observation. You deserve your great reputation, Lord Keith. What? He's right? Yeah, well, that's what I heard from the doctor in this office, at least. It seems like there are countless patients with the same symptoms, but only the patients in this office were able to recover. And they're trying to figure out the cause, but it seems like they still have no clue. I see. Sounds fishy. How are you feeling, Katerina? And the others? We're all anxious, but none of us are ill. He's the only one who got sick in our group. Not sure why. Again, the sachets. And this doctor is creating his own herbal tea, so we're taking the herbal tea, which is helping. You know what I mean? It's something with the herbal tea, because the other doctors aren't making this tea. Seriously, have no idea what's going on. I mean, I'm not saying I totally get it, but like something about the herbal tea and the sachets and like whatever, you know? Even eventually one of the pirates comes to pick me up, as Silva promised. I want to stay in the office a little longer, but I figure I should let Keith rest alone, so I return to my room. You're like, I thought when you meant pick me up, you were actually going to carry me. I'm a little disappointed, man. I see. What a surprise to hear that there are so many people with the same symptoms. When I return, I relay all of the information I just got from Rosie to my friends. Yeah, Keith and I have been eating the same food, so it can't be food poisoning. I wonder what the cause is. And maybe there's something about the first medical office that's different from the other offices. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there's something in the other rooms that isn't in that medical office. But Keith's the only one affected. I mean, look how healthy we are. Then it might be something Keith had or did and we didn't. Or the other way around. Is there something we did and Keith didn't? Something that only Lord Keith did. Or didn't. Lady Katerina! Did he do something to you? Huh? No, he didn't. Well, I accidentally got into Keith's bed while half asleep, but aside from that, nothing special happened. Was that the reason why? No, wait. We used to hold hands while we slept as children. It can't be that. But what could it be? Let me scan my memories. Okay, so Keith was adopted into the Clays family. Wait, I went back way too much. Let's think back to before we boarded the vinculum. I remember that he appeared fine and healthy as we rode the carriage to the port. He enjoyed swimming in the pool, too. And seemed to like this fragrance a lot. See? Okay, she's coming back to the sachets. Oh, you don't like it, Keith? It's not that I don't like it, but actually, yes. Personally, it's a bit too pungent for me. Oh, Keith was the only one that didn't like the fragrance of the sachet. The fragrance, huh? Now that you mention it, everyone seemed to love the fragrance except for Lord Keith. Remember, they're different ones. We gather in the bedroom and surround the pillow where the sachet lies. It really does have such a pleasant fragrance. It's relaxing. But I still don't see how this could be the reason why Lord Keith got sick. We slept near a sachet too. Aren't we all healthy? You have a point, but I can't think of anything else. And then, let's try putting this sachet in the drawer. If Keith doesn't get sick again after he returns, then we'll prove ourselves right. Or you could just chuck it out the window. You know what I'm saying? You could throw it away. Yeah. Alan collects all of the sachets and puts them in a drawer located very far away from the beds. Again, chuck them out the window. While he does that, Nickel opens the window and ventilates the room. Chuck the fucking... They're like, we're not trying to pollute our oceans by throwing sachets in them. Turtles might eat them. Yeah, true. The sweet fragrance disappears. I wonder if our hypothesis is correct. This might be the only way to prove it. Why are only the patients in that one medical office getting better? What do you think is the reason for that? Here's the weird thing, though. Like, okay, so he walked into our room and was like, yeah, no, the scent is too strong for me. So when he goes into that room, don't you think he'd be like, God, the scent is too strong? Like, you didn't lose your sense of fucking smell. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I like this scent, but then there's something in it that triggers your nausea or whatever. Because, like, it's like, oh, this tastes good, but there's something in it that makes you allergic. You know what I mean? It's like if you eat something, say you're allergic to nuts. You eat something, oh, this is really good. What's in it? Oh, God, there's nuts in it. If you can't taste the nuts, you don't know they're there. But you would notice that when you walked in, like, oh, God, the sachets are killing me. You know, as opposed to, but you suffer through them and they make, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I figured it was the sachet, but it would be more like he's like, oh, yeah, no, they smell nice, but something in it's making him nauseous and he doesn't realize. You know what I mean? Somehow, sometimes you're like, oh, my house smells really nice with the candles, but you're like, why am I getting a headache? Oh, the scent's too strong, but you're used to, I mean, I guess that's what it is, but it's like, if it was so pungent, and it's like if you walk in a room and you're like, oh, God, the smell in here, it's so strong. If you got sick, you wouldn't be like, gee, I wonder why. You'd be like, it's probably this godforsaken scent. You know? So it's a little odd that none of the, like, aristocratic people noticed. That, like, God, the scent is just, woo! Pungent, man. Wonder why I'm nauseous. Anyway. Oh, right. That's still a mystery, isn't it? The herbal tea. I guess we can't know the answer unless we can observe the differences between that office and the others. And the other offices? Where are they, anyway? Probably near the library. Oh, how convenient. I should go check it out on my way to see Keith. I'll go right now. What? Lady Katerina? Huh? Oh. door, full of energy, I find myself staring awkwardly at a pirate guard, like we forgot about the pirates. That's funny. I totally forgot that this room's currently under surveillance. He's like, what are you? And you're like, I'm sorry, I forgot you were there. I was going to go visit my brother and check out the other medical offices and try to figure out what the difference is and why the people in the one medical office keep getting better and then the other ones never get. But yeah, I'm just, doing some Scooby Gang mystery solving. Hey, don't leave the room without permission. Didn't Captain Silva tell you to stay there? Oh, I just wanted to ask if I could go visit my sick brother. You were just there. He's right. Sorry, lady. Ask me tomorrow if it's urgent, and I could arrange some guards to accompany you. Oh, he's like, you were just there. And then he's like, ask me tomorrow, though, okay? Like, I'm cool. He looks like he's feels awkward about telling us no. Just a few seconds later, I'm back in the room. I failed. But he told me to ask him tomorrow. That means I can go tomorrow. That'll be my perfect chance to snoop around the other medical offices. I hope Keith is okay. Without him by my side, I'm feeling a little anxious. Eager to see my brother tomorrow, I return to my bed. And the next day, I finish my breakfast and I'm on my way to see Keith, with a pirate guard watching me, of course. I hope Keith is recovered. Oh, and I must find the other medical offices. Now, where could they be? When I look around, I notice a doctor-like person open a door nearby. Oh, that must be it. This must be the place Maria mentioned. Tiptoeing away from the pirate walking in front of me, I run over to the door and open it. This room is almost exactly the same as the one Keith is in, but seeing it in front of me, I realize the difference in an instant. Yeah, we don't have the plant. I told you it was the herbal tea. I'm not stupid. It's the herbs. There are no herbs in the other offices. That doctor I know well mentioned that he's growing and studying herbs as a hobby. That office has to be the only one with those herbs. I'm totally convinced. Suddenly I feel a hand grab my shoulder from behind. Hey, don't just run off on your own. Oh, my apologies. I just thought this was the office my brother's in. I seem to have been mistaken. As I follow him obediently, the pirate looks relieved. Seems like he thought I was trying to escape. I just got a little confused. There's so many medical offices here. I can't shake the feeling that none of the pirates seem to be evil, and that includes Silva. You're so kind to us, so I always forget that I'm talking to our enemies until Keith scolds me. Keith would scold you for talking to your friends, though. I mean, let's be fair. Anyway, I feel accomplished realizing the thing about the herbs. I start to skip happily when I suddenly feel chills running down my spine. Set and Frederick. Is someone there? Look around, but all I see is the entrance to the library. Nobody's there. That must be my imagination, right? Keith isn't here with me this time. Perhaps that's why I feel nervous and a little unsafe. I can feel goosebumps on my arms. Clutching them together, I hurry over to the medical office to see Keith. Keith! I'm here! Sister? Keith sits up in his bed, surprised by my sudden visit. He looks so much better than yesterday. Relieved to see my brother, I sit on his bed beside him. He looks at me, puzzled. Why are you here? What do you mean? Isn't it normal for a sister to be concerned about her brother? Bless you. Did you get sneezes? Oh, I know. You sneezed on me and I felt bird spit. Or bird boogers. I'm not sure. Birds with me, obviously. You just sneezed on me. Anyway. That's not what I meant. I thought you couldn't walk freely with all these pirates around. Oh, I don't have that much freedom. I wanted to visit you last night, but I was told to wait until today. You came all the way here? Yeah, of course. I was so worried about you. Oh, and great news. I think we figured out the cause of your sickness. So it was the sachet, huh? When I tell him about the sachet, Rosie joins our conversation. 3 of us discuss it together. Scooby Gang. The other half of the Scooby Gang. We added some characters, obviously, because there's too many people here to be a real Scooby Gang. We're like the extended scuba universe. This is the extended scuba verse.
That's true, the fragrances can stimulate the nervous system and alter one's mental state. I suppose the effect depends on the person. I've read a paper about aromatherapy before, and then I think that was...
Rosie starts to mumble to himself. Well, he's a technician. He can also make gummies. Maybe he has knowledge in this field, too. The man's a fucking genius. Earth to Rosie! If there's something you know, could you please enlighten us?
Oh, of course, my bad. I was lost in thought.
Oh, you and me both. You're thinking about aromatherapy and all that, and I'm thinking about food. You seem to know a lot about this subject. Aren't you a technician? How do you know so much about fragrances?
Indeed. Now, this is not my area of expertise, but I've also been studying other fields like healthcare and psychology.
I see. Keith's like, ugh! This man's smart and handsome and smart. Did I mention smart? Because he's smart. And knowledgeable and smart and handsome and pretty and talented and smart. Wow, technicians from Quid sure are smart.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
Anyway, the sachet may be the cause, but why was Keith the only one who got sick? Why didn't it affect the rest of us?
Well, this is just a hypothesis, but perhaps it has to do with the compatibility between the sachet's fragrance and your magic.
My magic? Interesting. Interesting! It's not just random, oh, we put sachets in people's rooms, and some people just have adverse effects because, like, whatever. That's why it always seems that it's sorcier nobles or whatever, because you put them in the people's rooms and it's fucking up their magic. Interesting, so that they can't use it to, like, rise up because it's not working right. Like, that's why Keith was already sick, and that's why his magic wasn't... Also, he doesn't have dirt here, so it's a little hard for him to use his magic, but even if he did, he probably wouldn't have been able to defeat the pirates because he's sick. But kind of doesn't explain why Keith is the only one and nobody else, unless they're like, well, the princes can't use their magic because they're kind of not supposed to, so... And, like, wind magic, what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I'm from Quid, so I don't really know how sorcier's magic works. The users are separated by elements, right? Well, maybe that's the key. Yeah, this is definitely worth researching. Maybe I'll write a paper about the correlation between sorcier people with magic and foreign substances.
Could you not buy my headset, please? Simmer down.
After that, I'll look into this fragrance more. I should get data based on scent preference, magical power, and their attributes.
Rosie looks over at me and Keith. His face looks genuinely serious. Yeah, I feel like, are you... Okay, Professor Layton, Jesus. Oh dear. He's going to experiment on us! I'm about to tell him that the only magic I can use is the Earth Bump. I'm basically incapable of using magic. But Rosie comes back to his senses. Well, that's true, so it's something in it that fucks up Earth users. Okay, that would make sense, but I barely have any magic, so it's not going to impact me the way it does Keith. Right, okay, duh. The type of magic and everything, okay.
Sorry, I got carried away.
You seem quite studious.
Well, yeah, I've been like this since I was a kid. Don't mind me. Now let's get back to the matter at hand. I could make a guess as to why the sachet has a varying effect on different magic users, but at this time, there's no way to confirm it. I'm sure there are many factors involved. And the number of patients increases each day, but it's not like they all become sick at the same time. It doesn't seem suspicious at first glance. However, it makes sense to believe that the sachet is the root cause of all this.
Right. It would explain why many patients, including me, got sick again after returning to their rooms. Okay, well, we shoved all the sachets in our room into a drawer. That was the right move then.
It sure was. If something filters the fragrance, they should be less effective. Lord Keith should be able to return safely.
Again, you should have just checked him out the window, but whatever. I see. If we hadn't hidden those sachets, we might all have gotten sick eventually. They smelled so nice, but I'm glad we put those things away. But weren't those sachets there since the first day we boarded the ship? Oh yeah, they were already by our pillows when we got out of the pool. I thought it was the pirates who were trying to weaken us, but they were the ones taking care of us. They treated us kindly. that makes it sound like Set and Ryle are the ones that are behind this, trying to kidnap everybody or weaken the magic users to sell you off. And they were, because I mean, the pirates are just doing their job. They were hired by somebody else. You know what I mean? They didn't come here to get you. They got you for someone else. Like, they're the middleman here. Seems the pirates are at a loss about all the sick patients as well. And this must not have been a part of their plan. But if it wasn't the pirates, then who was responsible for these sachets? Is there somebody behind this, or was it just an unfortunate coincidence? If Ryle's from Quid, he might not know. No, Ryle isn't. Wait, is he? Set's the premier of Quid. Right, so it makes sense if he was trying to kidnap magic people. We already know he was trying to get Maria. You know what I mean? So, but I can't remember if Ryle is magic or not. He has a point. I start to become curious, too. You know who's behind the sachets. You don't know if it was on purpose or an accident, but you know who's behind them. It's gotta be a coincidence. I heard that Ryle has never made a sachet like that before, so these side effects must have been an accident. Well, or he's never made a sachet like this before because he's never been trying to take down magic users, so. If so, I feel kind of sorry for Ryle. He invested so much money into this ship, yet it got taken over by pirates. Then the sachet he worked so hard on made so many people ill. He'll probably have to take a huge loss from this. Hold on. Why did some patients recover while others didn't? And did we figure out what was special about this medical office? Oh, about that. I think it's the herbs. The herbs? I actually took a peek at one of the other medical offices. I noticed that none of the other offices had any herbs. I see. The doctor said he was growing herbs as a hobby after all. The other doctors must have no idea about that. An herb? Well, that explains why patients recovered at varying speeds. The doctor offered the herbal tea, but it was always optional. You have a point. Some patients refused to drink it because they didn't like it. We just need to find out which herb is the one that heals these symptoms. That'd be easier if we had a table here, but could I see that herbal tea you were drinking earlier? Let's ask the doctor. Look at this. This is so cute. We're gonna... What? Oh, the doctor collapsed! Oh, we're gonna find out about that next time, though. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.